Hi, I'm Dr. Crystal Collier, and I study how to strengthen your brain's executive functioning skills. And today we're doing a deep dive into problem solving and decision making. Remember, problem solving and decision making are very important executive functioning skills that don't really fully come online until the second stage of brain development when those higher level executive functioning skills fully form. Problem solving and decision making refer to the process of choosing between possibilities. The more complex the decision, the more possibilities, the more difficult the process becomes. Without a fully formed frontal lobe, kids and teens have a few obstacles to overcome because their decision making and problem solving skills still use many parts of the brain located in the limbic system, as shown in this study. The yellow and red areas indicate the parts of the brain this adolescent is using to make a decision. Yep, a lot of activity in their limbic system, where our accelerator is, and some in the frontal lobe, where our brakes are. Now, although some studies say that this gives young people a creative advantage when problem solving and decision making, watch out, because thinking with your limbic system or your accelerator can cause trouble, especially when we let our emotions get in the way of making a good decision, or when we overestimate the rewards and downplay the risks. This can result in impulsive acting out. I wonder, is this the reason why young people are sometimes inclined to do things they know aren't good for them? Huh. Ugh, I don't like that dude. Okay, this can be all so overwhelming. So, how do you make decisions and solve problems thoughtfully and effectively? Are there certain steps to follow that can strengthen those frontal lobe skills? What do you think? Start with number one: pause. Slow down and gather information. This is when you can practice considering other people's thoughts, opinions, and perspectives. Ask tons of open ended questions. And once you understand the whole breadth of the problem and have gathered enough information, move on to step two. Analyze and evaluate whether the information you gathered is solid and came from credible sources. This is when asking clarifying questions are important so that you can uncover what the best solutions are. Now, be careful not to assume you know what it makes out of you and me when you assume that you have all the answers and know everything. Yeah. Instead, go into inquiry, and that will help you discover the pros and cons of each possible solution. Now, that means evaluating all the possible solutions to your problem and challenging all the assumptions, as well as evaluating all the pros and the cons. Just because a solution looks right and a few people say that it's a good idea, your research may determine differently as you practice your critical reasoning skills. Practicing this step will help you grow brain cell networks for making thoughtful decisions and identifying the best solutions to your problems. It takes emotion regulation and impulse control to slow down and use these steps, but that makes for a strong frontal lobe. The fourth step in building good problem solving and decision making skills can be the most difficult because your ego may get involved. Once you realize that your ego is not your amigo, you can admit when you made a poor decision. Then you can analyze what happened and spot the negatives you didn't see before. When you reflect on your decisions and how they worked out, you can consider alternatives, get other people's opinions, and self-correct if you made a poor decision. Practicing these steps and building those important executive functioning skills help young people develop something called metacognition. Metacognition is the ability to think about how you think. being able to step outside of yourself in your mind, critically reflect on your assumptions, and admit when you were wrong. This leads to better executive functioning skills, including mega self-awareness. Here's a common problem many young people are challenged to solve today. At a group event, a young person is offered alcohol. How could you apply the 4 steps to this challenge? First, gather information. Who, what, where, why are they drinking? What are they drinking? What's going on? Second, analyze and evaluate. Is this behavior in line with my values and beliefs? What are my options? Am I assuming there won't be any negative consequences? What are all the pros and cons of each possible solution? Then, step 3, select the best choice. And step 4, self-correct if necessary. Many young people avoid the offer of alcohol only to be offered again. So simply saying no and declaring that you don't drink may help you make the best decision possible. Remember the use it or lose it rule. Practice doesn't make perfect, practice makes dendrites that will help you wire your brain for good problem solving and decision making networks that will keep your brain safe and growing skills.